Hello, I'm Bex Tear, head at Badminton School, and I'm delighted to join Talk Education to think about university applications. But first, let me tell you a little bit about badminton. We are a 3 to 18 day and boarding school in Bristol, where our community is everything to us. Our warm and welcoming community means everybody feels really comfortable to learn. And you might wonder why that's important, but you see, learning takes place at the edge of your comfort zone. To step into the unknown, to try something new, be it a skill or to apply some knowledge, you can sometimes feel a bit vulnerable. But if you're in a place that you feel comfortable, with people you trust, you can take that leap of faith and try things out. If you routinely do that in your day-to-day schooling, it becomes a way of life. You become a lifelong learner, and we think that's really important for thriving in a global society. So, enough about badminton, let's think about the university application process. What 3 things would I highlight to young people thinking about the process today? Well, first and foremost, get to know what subject you want to study. Here at Badminton, we have a sort of hands-on and holistic way to learning. We don't just learn the subjects in the classroom, we get involved in our day-to-day life, be it debating or putting on a play in modern foreign languages, or doing some science research for ourselves and taking it out to explain it to our local community. These things help the young people know if their skills resonate with that subject and if they can enjoy spending all day, every day, working with it. And that's really important when you're thinking about your choice of university course. Does it fit your skill set? Can you enjoy spending that amount of time with it? Does it take you to where you want to go? So once you've really understood what subject works for you, really understand how that subject is presented at any given university. Chemistry in London can be very different to chemistry in Bath. Read through the course content, how it's taught, how it's assessed, and see if it suits you and your skill set. Moving on from that then, also think about, does the given university, course, college or campus suit you? You might really want to study English, but you might be really committed to your rowing. Now, if you can't row at the university you've chosen, which is brilliant at English, you might not feel like you're getting the best experience. So have a good look at all of the things to do with the university life. Talk to people in the year above you from school, talk to friends and family, try and go visit some of the universities as well as doing your online research. And finally, you have to do a bit of horizon scanning. Look forward into that mystic ball that reveals your future. What will happen after your university course? Where can it lead? Check that it fits with your career aspirations and understand what postgraduate opportunities there are, as well as conversion courses and careers. So that's for the young people, but what about parents? How should you be helping your young person prepare for university? Well, start as soon as you can. Be they 9, 10, 11, 12, it doesn't matter. You can always start preparing them. It's about helping them to be independent learners, helping them to be independent individuals. And that's a really tough line to walk as a parent when you want to be there to help. But it's about giving them opportunities to try out for courses and competitions, maybe away from their school, so they're going out of their comfort zone, perhaps with a peer group they don't know, and letting them see what the wider world is like. Helping them navigate those challenges whilst being independent as they do so. Encourage them to do the online application. Encourage them to walk into the room to meet the people. But if it gets too much of a challenge, be there to be their cheerleader. Encourage them. You've done a fantastic job getting here. How can we help you feel more confident about going back and embracing it again? That type of thing. But try not to step in and say, don't worry, I can sort this all out for you. Because what we need is to build up their resilience so that they're ready, once they step off to university, to cope on their own in that environment. I always think an inch of pre-framing is worth a mile of reframing, and that's what you're doing with your young person. You're really putting in some time at the beginning to make sure they've got the resilience, they've got the confidence, they've got the worldwide awareness to be successful as they transition from the home and school environment into the independence of university. What you don't want is to nurture them and uphold them so much through that process that when they get to university, they don't have the skills to fall back on to manage on their own, because that takes a lot more picking up the pieces, and a dent in confidence at that point and that stage and age is hard to recover from. Okay, so now imagine you're at university. What would be my one piece of emergency or lifebuoy advice? Well, what I'd say to you is you're never alone. Always be prepared to ask. Sometimes we forget that. When things are going wrong, we want to sort of draw into ourselves and protect ourselves, but that's just the moment not to do it. At university, there's still a whole wealth of people there to support you. You'll have your peer group, the people on your course, the people you know from your accommodation. Talk to them. Some of them will be having the same wobbles, anxieties, challenges with the IT, whatever it is that's going wrong, someone will have experienced it. If it's an academic issue, talk to your academic tutor. If you don't get along with them, find someone else on your course to talk to. And universities have a whole wealth of support services, financial support, learning support, wider world sort of accommodation support, health support, and those services are there for the students. You know, if students don't make use of them, then it's not a good use of the university's time and money to be there. So please encourage young people to be aware of those services and to engage with them. And that's really a lifelong lesson, you know, to reach out. I was told by someone very wise that often my weakest links will be my strongest bridge to success in my future. And so I try and remember that now when I'm in a tough spot. Who do I tentatively know, or what information do I know about a connection that I can reach out to in order to try and improve where I am at that time? And I think if we can encourage people to do that, to connect, to communicate, and then life becomes much easier. So that's my life boy advice, really: connect and communicate. So last thing from me about universities, if I look back to my university days, and I've had several as an undergraduate and as a postgraduate, and I've enjoyed them all differently because I've been at different ages and stages. But the one thing I would say is my universal advice is join in. When you're at a university, there are so many opportunities, not just your course, but all the clubs, societies, activities, trips, the connections you can make. Not just the formal university connections, because universities are amazing. They often have partnerships for work experience, for internships, and those are great to capitalise on. But the other links you make in that community who can lead you on to different interests and things and just open up your world. So my one piece of advice is join in. It's a wonderful opportunity. There's no melting pot like a university community. I hope you enjoy your studies, have great success on your onward journey to universities, and thanks for listening.